Hello out there in YouTube land, this is Ray Albert, and in today's video we're going to talk about list building techniques for beginners. And this is a beginner's course because if you don't know how to do any list building at all, this tutorial is going to show you exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it. But it's not going to tell you everything about building a list because there's so much to know about it. But at least it's going to give you a basic idea what you need to know, how you need to go about it, and what tools you need, and everything else. Okay? Now this YouTube channel, Online Wealth, is about helping people create an online business. Now there's all kinds of ways to create an online business, and I have many videos through my channel that shows you how to make money online in many different ways. And so you just got to know that creating an online business is not an easy task. It's hard, okay? There's no such thing as set it and forget it. Don't believe none of this stuff that people is telling you online, you know, the secret sauce to this and the secret #1 method of getting traffic, and the secret to making money, you know, $101 a day every single day. Don't believe none of that crap, man. You got to work your ass off. People that are actually making money have a list. Okay, so if you don't know anything about list building, this video is for you. So with that all said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go down there, subscribe to my channel. You might see a video that you might not otherwise have learned anything else from. And ting that icon bell so you're notified when I come out with a new video, because I'm always creating videos about making money online and doing different things, because there's a lot of things to know about it. So let's watch the video.
Anyone with a bit of practice can master the art of throwing up a WordPress blog, creating products, or even writing sales copy. But building a list? Now that requires all of those efforts as well as some creative thinking and courage. Besides that, a lot of people don't understand what makes for a good email list. Everybody wants a big list and focuses only on getting more subscribers into their list, but that's not necessarily the best kind of list to look for in a long-term business. So what do you think a big, successful email list actually looks like? A list of 100,000 people? How about a list of 20,000 people? Maybe 500 people? Or do you think the size of the list doesn't matter? Well, if you picked D, you're already ahead of the game. That's right, at the end of the day, the size of your list doesn't matter all that much. Some marketers out there with lists of 5,000 and 10,000 subscribers will constantly get tons of sales from each email, whereas others with lists of well over 100,000 subscribers can barely make enough sales to cover the rent. It doesn't make sense, does it? But here's the deal. Successful list builders understand big lists differently from people with 100,000 subscribers. They've learned that a successful list is all about having a good relationship with the people on their list. They focus on influence, not numbers. Influence is the real marker of success. Now, when we talk about influence as a business owner, what we mean is your subscribers open most, if not all, of your emails. Your subscribers actually read the emails. They don't just open it up to delete it. They act on what you recommend or teach them. They buy stuff from you or products you recommend as an affiliate. They beg you to put out more products that they can buy. And they help you learn the market by telling you what they need when you ask them questions. If you have influence with your subscribers, a list of 500 people who are true fans can be more successful than that 100,000 subscriber guy who simply hammers his list with one offer after another. Want proof? Ask someone with a huge list of over 100,000 people to show you their opt-in rates. They'll probably beat it like this guy. But chances are they're horrible. They might get a few thousand opens, but that doesn't mean a lot of those people will buy anything. That's because what these so-called marketers are doing isn't marketing. They're spammers. And what they're doing is they're just waiting to see what sticks. Note that they may not be illegally spamming, but because they're sending their list a bunch of unwanted junk, they're essentially spamming. And this is not what you want to do if your plan is to do this for the long term. Successful marketers continually provide solutions to problems that their customers have. They make sure every word they say or write to their customers is geared towards benefiting them. Period. They don't resort to hard sale tactics. They know that hard selling makes people tune them out. It makes them sound sleazy and greedy. You know, they're a bit like that sleazy used car salesman down the street in the polyester suit. You see, people aren't stupid. And unfortunately, most marketers are just out to make a quick buck. They want to press a button, send an email to, say, 50,000 people and walk away with $20,000 the next morning. Well, sorry folks, it just doesn't work that way. As Dr. Stephen Covey put it, trust is the glue of life. It's the most essential ingredient in effective communication. It's the foundational principle that holds all relationships. And you have to build trust with your customers. You have to make a connection each time you communicate with your subscribers. You have to like them, and you have to make them like you. You want them to read your emails and make them feel like you're talking directly to them. Now, the way you do that is by giving away helpful, informative, valuable content that actually solves your subscribers' problems. After all, isn't that the goal of a business? To provide a valuable product or service in exchange for something else, usually money. So find a way to earn their trust by giving them the high-value information they're looking for so you can sell to them in the future. In addition, you've got to keep yourself at the top of their minds. Otherwise, when they're ready to buy, they're going to go looking for other solutions, spot another website, and buy from somebody else. Now, you've likely heard this before, but I'll repeat it anyways just in case. Most customers require 7 to 12 exposures to your product or services before they're going to make a purchase. They're going to need to hear from you multiple times before they're going to take out that credit card for you. And this is especially true if they don't know, like, or trust you. So stop trying to make just a few sales and start building connections with your subscribers. Now, once you do that and you start taking care of them, your sales numbers will skyrocket. As the great Zig Ziglar said, you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough other people to get what they want. So focus on providing value, providing solutions to your subscribers, rather than just milking them for their hard-earned cash. How do you do that? Well, the first step is figuring out what market you'll get into, which we'll cover in the next video. In this video, I want to talk about picking the right niche, or picking the right niche, as some people pronounce it. And the first thing I want to make clear is that if you spend too much time on this step, you'll never make it to step 2. Most people really overanalyze picking a niche, but it doesn't have to be very difficult. Just like list building as a whole, simpler is better. All you really need to do is look for people that are desperate for help. Like the saying goes, you can't sell ice to an Eskimo, but you can certainly sell water to a man in the desert. The point is that you want to get into a market with people who are desperate for help. For some people, they may need to make a little more money each month to cover the bills. Others may have some marriage issues and are facing a possible divorce if things don't change. Tens of millions of people around the world are struggling with their weight, and despite trying every diet under the sun, they just can't seem to keep the pounds off. These are very different situations than someone who, for example, likes model trains. Not only will this market be fairly small, but these people aren't going to be as passionate as someone who's facing a divorce. To make it easy for you, there are really only 3 massively huge and desperate markets you should choose from. And those 3 are health, wealth, and relationships. And there are 3 main reasons why you'd want to get into these markets. First of all, they're huge, millions and millions of people. And they're desperate, as we discussed earlier. Finally, there are dozens of possible solutions, meaning more products that you can make and promote. A good example is weight loss for women under 30. Your free gift can be a report explaining a few fat-burning spices and herbs to help kickstart their metabolism. Then you might promote a product that gives them a complete diet program to follow. Finally, You may offer higher priced coaching or mentorship programs for implementing exercise and stress relief into their busy lives. But there is just a little bit more to choosing a niche than just picking something in one of those three markets. To be successful, you can't be a small fish in a big ocean. Instead, try being the big fish in a small pond. Now, how many generic weight loss products and programs are there out there? Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it's in the thousands. Now, think about all of the products out there. There are exercise programs, calisthenics, kettlebells, circuit training, and so on. And there are diets, low carb, low calorie, focused on your blood type, etc., etc. And of course, there are fat-burning pills. And that's not even counting the combinations where a product uses both exercise and nutrition to help the person lose weight. Because there's so much noise out there, you need to do something that makes you stand out in the marketplace. And the best way to do that, especially when you're first starting out, is to specialize in a certain area. One of my favorite ways is to niche it down 3 times. So it'd look like this. We start out with weight loss. We narrow that down to weight loss for men. Narrow that down further to weight loss for men with kettlebells. And then we go down even further, weight loss for men over 40 with kettlebells. Do you see how that worked? So instead of just trying to reach everyone who wants to lose weight, you're trying to just help the men over 40 who want to burn fat by implementing kettlebell workouts. So if you're a guy over 40 who loves the idea of kettlebells, this is going to be perfect for you. That's how you pick a niche. You want the audience to feel like the product or service you're promoting is 100% without a doubt designed to help them with their problems. Only then will you be able to establish yourself as an expert and build a trusting, loyal audience. Now, granted, you can't take this to extremes. Don't expect to have a big market if you're trying to reach men between 40 and 42 who want to lose weight with kettlebells and live in Nowheresville, Michigan. You want to be specific, but don't get so specific that nobody fits the bill. So, to sum it up, pick a major market, and we're talking health, wealth, or relationships. Niche it down 3 times. Confirm that there is a sizable market. In other words, you're not being too specific. And that's it. And once you've picked a niche, it's time to get all the tools that you're going to need for building a list. And we'll do that next. Now let's talk about some of the tools that you're going to need to succeed with list building. There are a few different ones, but don't be intimidated. Just sign up for one at a time and you'll have it all done before you know it. The very first thing that you're absolutely going to need is a good, reliable autoresponder. Now there are a bunch of different kinds out there, from software that you put on your computer to online services. That said, I highly recommend that you stay away from most of the free services. Remember that nothing in life is truly free. Even when you may not pay a dime for them, you may be paying in terms of horrible reliability, time wasted, and who knows what else. As far as software, the problem is that you have to be pretty technical, and they aren't normally easy to understand. So instead, I recommend using a service. And I'm going to recommend 2 providers that I've personally used and that I personally endorse. The first one I'm going to recommend is Aweber, which you can access here at aweber.com. And this is one of the most popular autoresponder services amongst marketers because it's so easy to use. And you can test Aweber for the first month for just $1, so there's no reason not to give them a shot. Now, Aweber is nice because besides being affordable and easy to use, they have a lot of options. They have different styles of opt-in boxes, they use different forms within the same list, you can conduct split testing, and a whole lot more. And these things will help you as your business grows because you'll want to constantly be testing new things to see what works. The other autoresponder service is GetResponse, which you can access at getresponse.com, or if you're in one of the other countries that they serve, for example, I'm in the UK, so it's redirecting me to getresponse.co.uk. And if I go down to the bottom of the page, you can see There are other variations as well. You can have it in US English, which will go to getresponse.com. You can have it in Polish or German or Turkish and a whole lot of others. Now, the advantage that GetResponse has, and it's very similar to Aweber, they do a lot of the same things, but the advantage that GetResponse has, price-wise anyway, is that you can actually get started with them for free. Now, granted, you're not able to do 100% of the things that you can do with the paid service, but you'll have enough tools to get started and you can see what it's like. They also claim to be the easiest email marketing tool. Now, even though that's up for debate, it's pretty simple to use, which may make it your #1 choice if you aren't the most tech-savvy person in the world. Both services are reliable, so whoever you choose to go with, it really just comes down to personal preference. Just keep in mind that once you've made your decision, then stick with them as long as you can. It is possible to switch providers, but it can be a hassle switching all of your subscribers from one service to another. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a good, reliable hosting provider. And once again, I don't recommend that you use a free hosting provider. You just never know what's going to happen with them. They usually bring in all of their revenue via advertising, which isn't exactly something you want to build your business around. And remember, this is a business. You don't need the highest quality tools out there, but you should be willing to invest in solid tools for it to work properly over the long term. There are a lot of good hosting providers out there, but there's only one that I can highly recommend right now. That's HostGator, which you can access here at hostgator.com. And I'm making this video in the winter time, hence all the snow here. They do tend to update this from time to time. Now, they are fantastic. Even though they've recently changed management and I know that some people have switched, I'm perfectly happy with them. They have great uptime, which basically means that their servers almost never go down due to hackers, power outages, and so on. Plus, their customer service is great. And they're always friendly when they help me with a website issue. They've got a few different plans available, but I recommend going with their baby plan. You get unlimited domains, disk-based, and bandwidth. It's also very affordable at about $8 a month, and you can see here at the time that I'm recording this video, they've got a special offer running starting at only $3.96 a month. So you've got no excuses because that's less than a meal at a restaurant. The next thing you're going to need is a domain name. This is your address on the busy streets of the internet. Without one, how in the world are customers supposed to find you? Obviously, this can be just about anything you want. But it should be related to your niche and what you have to offer. Having a website called bobsfavouritestuff.com is a bit silly if your business is all about helping stay-at-home mothers with their vegetable gardens. So let's say you're in the gardening niche and you want to build a list that gives out tips and ideas about gardening to your subscribers. A domain you could go with is something like johnsgardeningtips.com. Anyone who sees it has a clear view of what the site is all about. It's about some guy called John who is sharing gardening tips. Easy. At the end of the day, it's completely up to you, but just make sure the domain name is related to your niche and to your offer. If it's short and easy to remember, you'll get some bonus points, but these aren't entirely necessary. Just look at the success of Ramit Sethi from I Will Teach You to Be Rich. He has a long domain name, but he's still had a lot of success over the years. Oh, and just one more thing. Try to use a .com if you can. You can use something else like .biz, .net, .org or whatever if you want, but 99% of people think of the .com extension, so I always recommend getting one if you can. Now, there are a few different places you can purchase a domain name from. In fact, you could even buy one from your hosting company like HostGator. That said, the two that I recommend are GoDaddy. If you type in godaddy.com, you'll get redirected to this page. And Namecheap, which is here at namecheap.com. And they're really the only two places that I recommend you buy a domain name because they have very good prices and they're reliable. To save a few bucks, you can search for coupons on Google for these two services, so I'm able to get most of my domains for less than $5, and I never have to pay full price. The next thing that you're going to need to build your list is a squeeze page. And this is the page where you're going to send your visitors so that they can sign up to your list. You can make your own if you know HTML, or you can make it easy on yourself and use a tool. The most common tools are WordPress themes and plugins or HTML templates. The easiest option is to get something for WordPress, since this allows you to not just build squeeze pages, but also build out a full website as well. A great option to do this with is lead pages, and if you type in leadpages.net, you'll be redirected to this site. And this service allows you to create any kind of page that you want. Squeeze pages, sales pages, download pages, it's all there. But the really cool thing is that Lead Pages is continually adding new tools and statistics to their service. They want to make sure their clients are happy, so they share which of their squeeze page templates are having the most success among all of their many clients. Now, granted, this service isn't cheap, but as we've discussed earlier, it's always a good idea to invest in high-quality tools and services with your business. Another option you have for building squeeze pages within WordPress is OptimizePress, which you can access here at optimizepress.com. And it's similar to Lead Pages in that it allows you to build membership sites, squeeze pages, sales pages, everything. And it's all done within the WordPress platform, so it's very easy to manage. It's a great tool, and since you can keep using it for product after product, it will save you a ton of time and frustration over the long run. Like Lead Pages, it's definitely worth the investment. You have to consider which one looks more appealing to you. Keep in mind that both of these new style squeeze pages convert very well. I've had conversions of well over 50% on these types of squeeze page, compared with something like 30% on regular squeeze pages that you often see marketers using. Just a note to clarify things here. When I talk about conversions, I'm talking about how many people who visit your site also sign up to your email list. So if a squeeze page has a 30% conversion rate, that means that 30 people out of every 100 who visit your squeeze page will sign up for your email list. So this is also worth the investment if you want to use some of those high converting, fresh looking squeeze pages for your offers. The better your conversion rate, the faster your list will grow. Okay, one more time. Here are the main tools you'll need. And once you have invested in these things, you're ready to rock and roll. You're going to need an autoresponder, a hosting service, domain name, and squeeze page. From here, it's time to move on to setting up your sales funnel, starting with your free offer, which is what we'll cover next. In this video, we're going to talk about how you go about creating your free offer. Linus Torvalds, the man behind Linux, said, "Software is like sex. It's better when it's free." Now, I hope that quote didn't offend you. I laughed when I first saw it, and hopefully you did too. Anyways, let's talk about your free offer. This is what you're going to promise someone in exchange for their email address. And this is something that you can give away for free, but it's packed with enough information that someone would happily pay for it. Now, does that mean it has to be worth $100 or $50 or even $20? No, it could be a very short PDF document. I've seen free gifts that were just 1 to 3 pages long but contained more valuable information than $97 video courses. It just depends on how targeted, clear, and useful the gift is. So, for example, let's say you're in the internet marketing niche. Your free gift may be a short video on how to use a free template to make a squeeze page. Another example is a list of high converting subject lines someone can use in their autoresponder. Again, this should be something that can be digested quickly, is easier for you to create, and provides a helpful service or information to the new subscriber. Just remember that what you promise on your squeeze page should match what the gift actually does. So if you have a 3-page report on productivity, don't claim that it offers more information than the 10 greatest productivity books ever written. Or if it's a piece of software, don't claim that with one push of a button the person will make millions. To create a report or an ebook that you can give away, use something like Microsoft Word, Google Docs, or OpenOffice to type it out. Make sure that it looks nice, is straight to the point, and has your name and website URL on it. When you're done, you should convert it into PDF format. This not only helps protect the formatting and your content, but it also makes it easier for your subscribers to open and read. If you're going to create videos instead of a report, you can use software like Cam Studio, which is free and allows you to take a video of what you're doing on your screen. The great thing about this is you can record yourself talking and explaining the tips on the slideshow or program that you're using. Then you can save what you've recorded as a video, upload it to YouTube as a private video, and then send the link to your new subscribers. Now, I do not recommend sending an entire video via email. Videos take up a lot of space, meaning that it might take the email a long time to ever get to your new subscriber. Whatever you decide to do, whether it's a report, a hot sheet of just 1 to 5 pages, a video or software, just get it done and move on. You can always change and tweak things later, but the most important thing is to just get moving. After all, you can't tweak something that doesn't exist, right? Now, once you have your free gift, it's time to set up your download page and the rest of your sales funnel. And we'll cover that in the next video. In this video, I'm going to talk you through how you create your sales funnel. Before we start, let me acknowledge that things are probably taking longer than you expected. Now, I know that you were hoping that you'll be able to set everything up in just 5 minutes and be ready to start driving traffic, but don't worry, we'll get there. The first few steps in list building lay the foundation for your business. Once you have these things in place, you can focus 100% on driving traffic and making edits to your copywriting to improve your conversion rates. Now, let's take a look at what the ultimate sales funnel should look like. The first thing it starts with is the squeeze page. This is where you're going to be giving away your free offer in exchange for the visitor's email address. So they have to sign up with their email in order to get your free offer. As soon as people enter their email address on the squeeze page and submit their information, they're going to be taken to the free gift download page. And the reason that you want to take them here immediately is so they can get what they just signed up for. Some people will say take them to the OTO, the one-time offer, but there's a problem with that. The subscriber won't trust you yet. Instead, it's better to let them see the free gift so that they trust you a bit more. Once they've done that, then you take them to the OTO. And this is a special sales page just for these subscribers that's going to offer them a special discount of some sort. It should be closely related to your free offer, but a lot more comprehensive. For example, if you have a free report that offers 5 tips to lose belly fat quickly, your one-time offer might be about how to lose 20 pounds in 3 weeks, or something like that. It builds on what your free offer provides, and provides even more information and more value. So it might be a video product that explains different diets and different exercise plans if you're in the weight loss niche, for example. Now, as far as pricing goes, well, quite frankly, you can charge whatever price you want. Some people recommend a low price to get more sales, but some of the greatest marketers out there recommend going with a high price point, like $97. You'll get fewer sales, but probably make more money in the long run. If they decide to purchase your OTO, great. You can even send them to an upsell offer if you want. So now you might put a $197 product or service in front of them. Perhaps a coaching offer or a service that's related to your OTO. Or you can choose not to. It's up to you. One rule to always keep in mind is that the more upsells and downsells, which is the complete opposite, that you put in front of a new subscriber, the more likely you are to make them frustrated. After all, they came to you wanting a free gift, not to get bombarded by a dozen different products and services. And if you want to kill your business fast, a good way to do that is to throw offer after offer in front of your subscribers. Sure, you may make more money in the short term, but you'll lose out in the long term. So they download the report, but also, and more importantly, they're now on your email list. And that was the whole point. So you can continue building the relationship you already started with them with your free offer. And the best way to do that is to share a lot of great information for free and sprinkle in some stories about yourself. You know, your subscribers want to know that you're a real person, one who's very helpful and is helping them solve their problems. You want the people on your list to get to the point that they're excited to read your emails. You want them to read these emails, like they're reading them from a good friend or a mentor. And this allows you to continue to provide more great information for free, as well as to continue to promote more offers in the future. And these might be memberships, services, personal coaching, physical products, and so on. Remember, most people need multiple tools and sources of information to solve all of their problems. So someone's building a business, they might be willing to buy a computer or a WordPress class or a service that you can sell via your affiliate links. And at the end of the day, promoting these other higher priced offers is what will make or break your business. Sure, you can make decent money promoting low-end offers, but it's easier to make good money quickly when you get $1,000 per sale rather than $7. So again, that's just an introduction to the sales funnel. It's showing you the big picture so that you have an idea of where we're going. The first step to all of this is the download page, since we need to have something to send the visitor to once they subscribe. Since I don't know if you're using HTML, WordPress, TypePad or anything else, unfortunately I can't walk you through every single step that you have to go to make a download page. That said, what I can do is tell you what to include on this page. And you want to have a big thank you for signing up across the top. You want to have a link to your free gift, and whether it's a report stored on Dropbox, a private video on YouTube or whatever. And then you want to have a link to your one-time offer. And that's it. Now, I'll explain the one-time offer in a second, but keep in mind there's a reason that we put it here. Again, the reason is because we don't want to offer a paid product to someone until after they've looked at their free gift. Remember that the free gift was designed to help the person know, like, and trust us. Right? So now they trust us a little more and they'll be more willing to buy something from us. Now let's talk about your one-time offer. So once you've created your download page, it's time to put together your one-time offer. It's basically a more comprehensive offer than the free gift that you've already showed them. Your OTO needs to be in the same niche and closely related to what they've just opted into. If you're giving away a report on how to grow tomatoes quickly, then you want to make sure that your OTO is going to be related to gardening. Now, that's not necessarily a niche that I recommend you go into, but my point is that you want to keep the OTO related to the product they've already received. Your OTO should either be a product that you've created yourself or a very high quality PLR product. PLR stands for private label rights, meaning you have the ability to put your own name on it and even change it. You should not be using an affiliate offer here. You want to have your own product, even if it's PLR, which was mostly created by somebody else. Now, if you are going to use PLR, and I definitely recommend using PLR as a base, make sure that you change both the sales page and the content itself to make it seem more unique. A few good options are to get some graphics for it, some new graphics for it, and you can get them off Fiverr, or if you go to the Warriors for Hire section on the Warrior Forum, they work well for this. You want to personalize the sales letter, and you want to edit some of the content to suit your own style. The problem with PLR is that there's a lot of PLR content out there that isn't worth reading, let alone selling. Stick with high quality content if you're using PLR. The best source I know of is Best Quality PLR, which you can find here at bestqualityplr.com, but you can check out other sources as well. Keep in mind that if you have a low-priced OTO, your product doesn't have to be very elaborate. It can just be a 20-page report or a few short videos. The focus is to have something that provides a lot of value and helps the person solve their problems. Something else to keep in mind with the OTO is that it should be worth several times what you're asking for it. So if you're only asking $7, it should be worth at least $27. And that's because you want this to seem like a great deal, not just something that you put in front of them to make a few bucks. To be honest, most people are not going to buy your OTO. And that's fine, because it shouldn't be in your business plan for this to be a major revenue generator. After all, you're building an email list which will allow you to generate sales for years to come as long as you treat your subscribers right. But when people do buy that OTO, there's a good way to see if they want even more from you. And the way to do that is with a high-ticket upsell. Now let's talk about adding a high dollar upsell to maximize your profits. Having a high dollar upsell in place allows you to really ramp up your business. When you have an offer that's priced at $97, $297, or even over $1,000 that converts well, then you're able to make more money per visitor to your website. So, for example, instead of making, say, $1 per visitor, maybe now you're making $10 per visitor. And that means as long as you spend less than $10 per person that you have coming to your website, you're going to make a profit. And this is huge. That's why most people who've been in this game for a while say that you must have high-ticket items. Nobody makes a living selling $5 information products all day. Instead, you use these inexpensive products to build a customer base, and then some of those customers will invest higher amounts of money to solve their problems. Some of the best high-dollar upsells are high-end training or coaching, exclusive membership sites, and services. And keep in mind that those don't need to be yours. Unlike the OTO, it's actually a great idea to act as an affiliate for these high-end items, and that's because you may not be considered an industry expert yet, but as an affiliate, you can network with experts, you can help your clients, and you can make some money in the process. It's a win-win-win. If you can't find a high-dollar product, you could bundle together several different products into one bigger package. I've done that many times. So, for example, you can bundle together several high-quality PLR products, give them completely new, unique graphics, and edit the content. And when I say edit, I mean take out the fluff and add some more useful stuff to it. So now you've got a high-ticket offer to sell to your customers. The trick with high-ticket offers is that you still want to make the customer feel like they're getting the better end of the deal. So if a product costs, say, $100, they should see the real value as more like $500 or $1,000. Now, I know that's not easy to do, which is partly why copywriters get paid so much for their craft. But the key to doing this is to help the person see the long-term benefits of the investment. Guide them towards understanding that the $100 investment now could help them generate a full-time income, or lose 50 pounds, or gain some other huge benefit over time. If this all sounds like too much, then that's okay. You don't necessarily need a high-ticket item or even an OTO to get started with list building. Just keep in mind that without promoting a paid product up front, it will take a lot longer for your business to become profitable. Plus, if you wait too long to begin promoting paid products or services, your subscribers may have got used to getting free content from you 100% of the time, and they might not want to actually invest money. As far as the next step goes, let's move on to setting up your autoresponder. Now that you have your free offer download page, your OTO, and maybe a high-ticket item, and they're all up and they're ready for sale, you can set up your autoresponder to begin collecting emails. Your autoresponder is the heart of your business. It allows you to set up automatic sales funnels that will trickle in 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In a way, your autoresponder is a set it and forget it part of your business. It's designed to allow you to automatically deliver content to your subscribers, meaning you can build a relationship, promote products, and gain new clients while you spend time doing other things. If you do it right, you can use the same autoresponder for years and just keep adding to it as time goes on. That said, I don't think it needs to be perfect. You can always tweak it later if it seems a lot of people are unsubscribing, don't like your content, you aren't getting any sales, and so on. As far as setting up the autoresponder is concerned, the very first thing that you need to do is to create a list. Each service is a little different, so the best thing that I can do is point you towards their training videos. They'll show you how to create a list, how to create opt-in forms, add the HTML code to your website, and a whole lot more. If you just don't have the time to learn, you can choose to hire someone on Fiverr or Elance to do it for you, but I recommend doing it a few times yourself just so you know how it works. As you set everything up, here are a few key things to keep in mind. Your list name and details should make it easy for yourself and subscribers to know what niche, product, information, and so on it's all about. Your thank you page should be the download page that you created for your free offer. There are two kinds of emails, broadcasts and follow-ups. Ignore broadcasts right now because follow-ups are the automatic emails sent to your subscribers. Your very first follow-up should have a link to the free offer download page, just in case they didn't get to see it right away, want to see it again, and so on. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to add follow-up autoresponder emails that are going to go out automatically over time. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but please remember that the entire reason you're building a list is to build a relationship. Just like getting to know a friend online, the best way to build a relationship is constant contact. I recommend sending emails in 1 to 3 day intervals. If you wait any longer than 3 days, people will start to forget you. But don't send one every single day because then they'll see you as a spammer. The most important thing is to keep adding value with every email. Give tips, tricks, free reports, links to great videos, etc., etc. You want them to feel like they're getting the better end of the deal here. Just make sure you don't forget to promote products and services at the same time. This is a business after all. You're in it to make money, not just out of the goodness of your heart. If there is a good product or service you can promote as an affiliate, then do it. Don't think of it as taking the person's money. Think of it as you're showing them a possible solution to fix the problem that they have. If I'm 50 pounds overweight and really struggling with it, and you know how to help me but don't even give me the chance to check it out, then you are wrong. Help people to solve their problems and they'll help you back. A lot of people will stop right there and call it good, but here's the thing. Since you really need to know your customers to offer them the best solutions, there are things that you can do to learn more about what they need. Now, here are a few ideas. Create surveys with tools like SurveyMonkey or Google Drive and send the links to your subscribers. Include questions in emails like, what can I do to help you with whatever their problem is? Offer a phone number. A lot of people don't do this, but it is quite important. It does build credibility. And this could be your cell phone, it could be a Google Voice number, or whatever else you want. That way, if people want to call you and ask questions or give you comments, then they can reach you. And connect with other leaders in your industry, ask them for guidance, and see what you can do to mutually help each other. You know, unlike most offline industries, the online world isn't all about competition. Just because someone buys your weight loss product doesn't mean they won't buy from someone else, and the converse is also true. In fact, that's why I generally recommend getting into the bigger, desperate markets. not only do people really want help with their problems, but they're also usually willing to spend money on multiple products or services. Anyways, now that you've got your autoresponder set up, we're almost done, and it's time to set up your squeeze page. And we'll cover that in the next video. In this video, we're going to talk about squeeze pages. The great thing about this step is that if you're using either lead pages or optimized press, it's all very easy to make a high converting squeeze page. All you have to do is select one of their templates and use the recommended bullets or information. Remember, the only purpose of your squeeze page is to get your visitors to sign up on your email list. It's not to tell them everything about your pet cat. You aren't going to explain all of the awesome content they have coming their way down the road. And your squeeze page will never get optimized for the search engines. Its only job is to convert visitors into subscribers. The first step to that is having a strong headline that grabs the visitor's attention and makes them keep reading. A good headline is bold, clear, and is completely based on the current problem that you're trying to help the visitor solve. Most of the best headlines fall into one of the following categories. They offer a solution to a problem, they make a bold promise or claim, they cause controversy, for example like saying you have to eat fat to burn fat, and they pique curiosity. In the headline, you need to tell them exactly what they're going to get. Now, here are a few examples. Free report reveals whatever it's going to reveal. The 5 superfoods that let you lose weight fast. Free video reveals, and then you could make the claim. 3 easy ways to date more women. Whatever your free offer is about, you need to mention it in the headline, and you need to let them know that you've got a solution to whatever problem is that they're dealing with. After the headline, then it's up to you what to add. It partially depends on the layout of the page and what message you're trying to convey. It also depends on what sort of niche you're in. The only thing that you absolutely need, besides a headline, is a call to action. This is what tells your visitor exactly what to do to get the free information, the free software, or whatever other free gift you're offering them. Now, the important thing here is to be crystal clear regarding what you want them to do. Even though they can probably figure out where to enter their email address, make sure they know to put in their best email address and explain why they're putting it in the form. For example, enter your email for your free dark secrets report is better than enter your email here. Remember that this one gift you're providing can't help the visitor with all of their problems. Instead, it's just meant to help them with one specific problem. Later on, you'll be able to help them in other ways with other products or services. Don't focus on the big picture, just that one narrow thing that you're going to help them with. Tell them what they'll learn or what they'll get, and tell them how to get it. And that's all you're really doing with your squeeze page. Now that you're ready to start collecting email addresses, it's time to move into driving traffic to your website. After all, you can't build a business without clients, can you? And we'll cover that in the next installment. The good news is that once you have the foundation of your business in place, your last main job is to drive traffic. The bad news is that driving traffic to your website isn't easy. It normally requires an investment of either time or money or both. But for the most part, there are 2 ways to market your site: paid methods or free methods. Let's take a look at paid advertising. A lot of people see the word paid and immediately run for the hills. They don't want to invest any money because they're afraid that they won't make it back. So instead, they're willing to invest hours and hours of their time, which they can never get back, in order to build their business. And even though there's nothing wrong with that, keep in mind that paid traffic isn't just effective, it's fast. you can have thousands of people to your site within hours, whereas most free methods take a long time to build up. Plus, if you invest in paid traffic sources, you'll get instant feedback. You'll quickly learn if your squeeze page doesn't convert, if your one-time offer page is horribly written, and so on. So if you have the funds, I highly recommend learning a paid traffic method. It may seem scary at first, but you'll thank me later. There are a few ways to get into paid advertising, and each has its advantages and its disadvantages. Here are the main methods. The first one is solo ads, and solo ads are when you contact another email list owner who will send an email to his list for a small fee. So you pay the fee, write an email, and then he sends the email to his list, pointing them towards your squeeze page. The other way is pay-per-click, and this is where you create an advertisement and then you only pay when a visitor clicks on your ad to go to your website. Google AdWords and Facebook ads are common examples, although I don't recommend using Google AdWords to send traffic to a squeeze page because that is against their terms of service. Then there are banner ads, and these are the picture ads that you often see on websites. You normally pay a certain amount up front and then you're guaranteed a certain number of views. So for example, you may pay $10 for the ad to be seen 10,000 times by site visitors. And then there's pay-per-view, and this is similar to banner ads, except the ad is normally a full-page website, not just a small square or a rectangular picture. Also, you normally pay a tiny amount per view instead of one large lump sum as you would do with banner ads. Now, I wish I could go into more detail with these, but keep in mind that entire products are produced every day about each of these methods. To learn more, there are lots of great free resources that you can find by simply searching Google or by going to the Warrior Forum, which is here at warriorforum.com. Now, if you don't think paid traffic is your cup of tea, you still have a few options. Now let's talk about free traffic. The good news about free traffic is, well, it's free. This can also be a bad thing though, because you generally need to invest a lot more time, as you will need multiple streams of traffic coming in to make a decent amount of money. Now here are the most common free traffic methods. And the first one is forum marketing, and this is where you hang out in forums related to your niche and help people with their problems. The key is being able to put a link to your website in a signature block so that people can click through to find your squeeze page. Then there's search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO. And Google, Bing and other search engines will list your website at the top of the search results for certain keywords, and this can get you a lot of organic traffic, but it often takes a long time to reach the #1 spot. Competition is fierce, and their algorithms to determine the #1 spot are always changing. Then there's blog commenting, and blog commenting doesn't work as well as it used to do, but it can still work. The premise is that if you're the first or second person to comment on a particular blog post in your niche, and your comment is actually helpful, other readers will click through to your site to see what you have to offer. And finally there's guest posting, and guest posting is where another more established blogger allows you to write a post and put it on their website. At the end you can link back to your website, and this is a win-win situation because it's free content for the blogger, but you'll benefit from being associated with them and you'll get free traffic. Ideally though, it would be great if you could have both types of traffic coming in. Not only will this give you more subscribers and sales, but it will help you determine what traffic sources work best for you, and then you can focus on them. No real business was built in a day. Despite what some gurus will tell you, it takes time and effort to build a solid, sustainable business. As the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu put it, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The great news for you is that once you've completed your sales funnel, you're 90% of the way there. From that point, All you have to do is see what works, tweak it a bit, and then see how that goes. As you get more subscribers and your business grows, you can expand into other niches, create new products in your current one, or use the funds towards a new venture such as investing. I hope you've enjoyed this training, and I wish you nothing but success with your list building efforts.